Hello, welcome back. Let's do a little makeup. Today is Christmas, and yes, it's been a while since my last video. I really don't know what people want to see, but I talked to my son and he gave me some good ideas on how to manage all of my socials. Yes, I have a couple, but that's because I'm trying to do a couple of different things. So he looked at my analytics with me a couple weekends ago and helped me out. Even stuff I really didn't want to hear, he told me anyways, because he's a good guy. By the way, we're not doing anything. It's actually the evening and it's getting dark, but I like to just practice with makeup. I didn't go anywhere today. I didn't put anything on, so I'm doing it now. But the Stranger Things second part, the other 4 episodes come on tonight, and my teenager's really excited about it. So obviously I'm really excited about it because he wants me to watch with him. So doing my makeup for that, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, to just a little extra hydration for my skin, we use the e.l.f. Thirst Burst because I have it and we're going to use it till it's gone. And then for oil control, just in my, not even full, well, I guess full T-zone, the One Size Oil Sucker. Yes, it's loved. You can see it's fading. I do have a backup. And then for primer, we're going to go in with the Maybelline. This one is the, I don't know, it's the grippy for up to 24 hours. It has 2% niacinamide in it, which I absolutely need for my textured skin. Even though I look 24, I am not. Right. I'm gonna let this get a little tacky. Yes, I did go in over my T-zone. All right, primer's now a little tacky. So let's go in with, I guess today we'll also do the Maybelline Poreless. It's a matte and poreless foundation. This one is in shade 368 for me. The only thing I don't like about this, no pump or anything. Why are we doing this? This is not the first brand to do this. I did see another one where they at least went back and created a pump for it. So whatever. I'm gonna put it on the makeup brush because I don't want it all over my hand. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't want it all over my hands. And I don't want to drop this right onto my face either. All right, just a little. Again, we have lots of marks from lots of hyperpigmentation where I can't keep my hands out of my face. And a lot of that is due to my perimenopause. This looks a little light, but it's okay. We will darken it up. And also a lot of different shades of brown. You can get in here, it kind of starts going blending with my neck. And it actually does a really good job of covering up, let's get this hair out of here, of covering up some of my dark marks. Dark marks where? This is a little more cool, but we'll bring it down and then we'll come back with some other things. Hold on. All right, so that's pretty much the blend just using the makeup brush, but we're gonna go in with a, what's this thing called? A Power Puff? Yeah, that sounds right. Anyways, we'll go with this. It's not damp and I'm too lazy to get up and go to the bathroom to dampen it, so we'll just use some spray. I'm using the Revolution makeup, or the Makeup Revolution. This one is Conceal and Define Mattifying Setting Spray, but we'll just go over all of this. And if you're looking, no, I did not go under my under eyes because we're just gonna put concealer there. And again, we're just going to the living room, so it's fine. All right, now let's go in with concealer. My go-to right now is the number 8 Juvia's Place concealer, but we have so many others. Let's use, I guess we'll use the Sephora collection, Best Skin Ever. This one is 22Y. Forget y'all over here, 22Y. But anyways, we're just, there's no rhyme or reason. This is really good coverage, so I actually don't need this much, I don't think, but why not? Eyebrows look pretty good, but we'll just go under here to clean them up. 5 o'clock shadow down here. I do like to go in here even though we don't have the bronzer in there yet, but let's do that. And I think I got a little on my earring. Yep. All right. So those are my favorite placements. We will let that sit though, and let's go in now with a blush. Let's use the L'Oreal Lumi blush. I like this because it's like a blush and a highlighter. This shade is, does it say? Yes, it's 635 Glowy Warmth Medium. Why so many words? But this is what it looks like. And I'm just gonna go right up under the concealer and we'll blend that all in together. But then let's also take, right now I've really been loving the Maybelline Lifter Stick, and you know what, let's stay in the same theme. So that's shade 90, the Maybelline Lifter Stick, multi lifter stick. And my biggest recommendation with this is to do a 3 if you're not sure where to place it, but I do it all the way through here. Get right on that bone there. 3, bring it under here. You actually probably could go skip this part or go further back, whatever. And then right in the crease there, under here, make that a little smaller. Those are the placements. Some other brands would take all of this and just blend it all together. We could do that. Let's tuck this hair back. We could do that or not. I do want to spray it, so let's spray it with the MCO Beauty Flawless Miracle Flawless Setting Spray. The theme here is I'm using my less expensive products because we're just going to the living room. All right, let me blend. All right, that's most of the contour except for what was on the nose blended out. And you can see there's already starting to be a little define on the cheek. I got some of the blush in that, but it's fine. But same thing, I think we'll take this side, we'll pat this through to define it and also still get rid of some of those spots. Same thing on this side. My hair needs to be combed. Hope everyone is having an enjoyable holiday. Mine don't feel quite the same. It's been quite an interesting year. Definitely can't wait until next year. I am heavily missing people this year that are not with us, and just realizing things are different. So I don't know, but I am optimistic to, I don't know, see where this goes. So I am mixing here just this blush and this concealer. Nothing crazy, just very sloppily. Obviously the blush I do want to take, not the blush, I'm sorry, the concealer I want to take up and out a little, but this outside blush I do first because it's gonna move around and I don't need it to stick in any one particular place. But you see you have a little bit of that hue of pink, but not a lot. And I actually want more, so I'm gonna go in with just a little bit more. You could always build blush, but I would start out, like if you're gonna go ahead and put the concealer on, I would start out slow with the blush and build. But if you're gonna start with your blush, you can put as much blush on as you want. In fact, I think I have a video where I was super blush heavy and then went in with the concealer to show how you diffuse it with the concealer. But in this case, we started with the concealer, so we just went with a little blush. All right, and then everywhere that I put a cream or a liquid, we'll go back over with the powder to make sure it stays. So if you get crazy with the liquid portion or this starter part, we can always cover it up. I have juicy under eyes, so I always have creases, and I also don't get enough rest. Not bragging, but blend this out a little bit. All right, and then not to crease, you guys spend a lot of time looking up. I don't have that kind of time, so it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But I will go in now with the pressed powder, but I want to use a triangle. See if we can either get some of this out, and I should do it the opposite way, but I'm not going to. Actually trying to push that in the crease. Pack it in there. It didn't work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'll cut this triangle off, whatever. Then let's go in here where we put that, what do we put in here? Bronzer. I get in the crease and then just start taking it over to use it as eyeshadow. For an everyday thingy, for an everyday look, I just use bronzer. I don't even think about pulling out an eyeshadow. And I get in here and just really work it more into the eye crease than I do the nose. Because by the time I get to dragging it down the nose, I want it to be subtle, not a harsh bronzer line. And again, not a professional, just self-taught. I'm a mommy, a mamacita. And again, we're only going to the living room. Alrighty, let's go in with a little brow. Yes, I know it looks crazy. Everything will get moved in. I'm going in again with the Makeup Revolution, the Super Fix Clear Brow Gel, and just combing these up. They don't need a whole lot of work, and I don't need them to stay sky high all day, but just for a little something. I can't brush the same with my other side. And my brows are, I know people say it the other way, sisters, not cousins, but do what I want over here. Because I'm a blush lover, let's also go with the Makeup Revolution Blush Trio. This one is it's their Icon Blush palette. This one is My Cherry Truth. Comes with a cream, a powder, and a highlight. We'll go in with this brush. We don't need a cream because we already put on a cream, but I just want to do just a little bit. Then the powder, because we want to make that stay, and also just hit where we put the concealer. My hair's in the way. I normally clip it back, but I didn't have any readily available. And yes, I'm gonna blush on the, all right, and then I will use the highlighter, but I like to use it at the end. Yes, I know I look crazy. It will all come together. Let's bronze. Juvia's Place bronzer set, or do I have, it's L'Oreal. We'll go in with the, what was this? The foundation brush we used. Am I speeding? Yes, because I had other things to do. All right, so reinforcing where we put bronzer before, I just dip in both colors and go everywhere I had the cream. Was it cream? I think it was cream blush. It was the stick, the Maybelline stick. All right, and when I do them together, they're a little red. And I should use a thinner one for in here, but I'm not going to. So that way, so when I do this, I don't go all the way down the nose because I don't want it to be too stark. Same thing, go in over here. This is my eyeshadow, and then use what's left on the brush to do that. Looking good. Let's go in with, again, some sort of spray. This is the Makeup Revolution Super Fix Super Hold Mist Spray. I should always do that one time. All right, we're going in with the One Size powder here. I love when it looks, this is one of my favorite steps, when it looks like ghostly and powdery, and you're like, girl, you have melanated skin, right? You look like a ghost, right? But this is why I don't get super oily. This step, let it cook, let it hang out. And then while it sits, this is one other time I go do some eyes. Again, we're going to the living room, so I don't feel motivated to do a lot. I'm not even doing eyeliner because then I have to wash it later. Let's go in with the Essence, what is it? Call Me Queen. This is my everyday mascara. It was $3.99 when I bought it, so I bought, I don't know, I think 5 of them. And when I'm not trying to avoom my lashes, but still wake them up a little bit, this is what I use. You see what I mean? With one coat, this is where we started, something like that. And then it just, something. Give a little bit of extra oomph. I don't know if it's really capturing it on camera. And that's just one pass. We can do several if we wanted to, but we don't need to. I love using black eyeliner, black eyeshadow, because I actually have brown eyes. So when I use black around my eyes, it really makes my brown eyes pop, in my opinion. All right, that might have been too wet because they're not separating now. And this tube might be old. Do y'all see a difference? Maybe, maybe not. Just wrote on myself. Or all y'all distracted by this powder on my face. You can tell the truth. You're distracted by the powder. Before we do the bottom, we'll pat the powder in some more. Again, same foundation brush, just to go around the edges, make everything cohesive. We'll go in. Again, we're gonna use that Makeup Revolution. And because I just put on my mascara too early, we'll look up. This should wet it and make it flawless. All right, we'll let this dry and then we'll go do the bottom lash. Here I got crazy from my fan, but let's go in and do our bottom lash. And this will pop so much better if I would put on eyeliner, but I don't want to. I don't even know if that one got coated properly. Is there even a lash there? Maybe I need some lash serum. Anyways, all right, I am gonna do the top again, even though I see them just fine. And I don't want them to get clumpy. This one might be old. We have some backup, so I need to just toss it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but thank you. Now at this point, now I really, yep, let's do it. I didn't super contour, but I love a contour bronze face. That's my only problem with this Juvia's Place palette is it's the darkest one and it runs a little red. So when I bronze should be a little more red, but sometimes I like the contour look and that I need a little bit more cool tone. So I'm just going back over those spots with just the darker color, which is still, we're hitting pan, which is still a little red, but it's better than nothing. And over on another app, I've been asking the girlies to let me know what powder bronzers everyone's using so I can try to find something darker and a powder bronzer. But I've gotten no suggestions. Instead, all they've done is purchase this one off my recommendation. But anyways, again, you see my eyes, and there's what it is. All right, let's hit the end of this with the highlight. I'm gonna go in here and here, and then go back over, because this stuff is very highlighty. You see it there on my nose? It's there. I want a little more, so we'll do a sweeping motion. I have not gone back in the palette, by the way. And we'll go on the eyes. Let's see if I can diffuse it a little. I was not a highlighter girl until this palette. Maybe if I turn this light down a little, you guys can see what I see. Maybe y'all can get the vision. Or does it just turn down the quality? That probably just turned down the quality, but it's fine. Oh, lips, am I crazy? All right, my go-to is always going to be the Sephora Molasses, but I want to do my Fenty. Which one is this? This is traced out in Fenty, and it needs to be sharpened? Yes. Fenty traced out. I don't love the sharpening, but oh, this is the darker one. I did say it was traced out. I think I want it cold-blooded. It's fine. Let's take, what do we want to do for the lip? I live in this light. I gotta figure that out. I don't use it. All right, let's go with, I think this is something quartz. I'll look it up. It's purple quartz. This actually goes really good with the liner Cold Blooded. Forever and ever, I'm gonna finish off with the Sephora Collection Sienna 880. Sienna Red 80 Sephora Collection Micro Flawless. Just to bring it all in. All right, and she cleans up pretty good, you think? And yes, I like a little matte look. All right, let's go watch Stranger Things with my boy. I hope you guys are having a great Christmas.